Hi everyone, welcome on in, welcome Raiders. My name is Shar. I am a dragon who makes 3D models, mostly VTuber models. Um, and I don't normally stream on Thursdays, but my schedule has been kind of weird this week, so here we are. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you for joining me right as I start stream. And Kiri, thank you. I know you're already heading to work, but I appreciate you. Hearts. Eh. Oh, pretend those are heart hands. I'm already feeling better. Chat, to be honest with you, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. There's a lot that went wrong today, or not according to plan, and I was feeling pretty crummy. But, you know, someone told me stream will probably make you feel better, so you should probably go ahead with your stream. And already seeing you all here, I think I am feeling a little bit better. It's nice to have something a little more normal go on on a day like today. But let me greet everyone. Hi Lulu, hi Copy, hi Carrie, hi Jen, and unlikely result. Orchid, hi. Late Man, Janie Bean, generic generic fire demon, Meatloaf, and everyone else who was here really early on. Thank you for being here. Ready to chill and try to be productive over here too? Yeah? Already getting set up for the creative vibes. I sound extra close today for some reason, and you're not sure why that escapes you. It's like I'm right behind you. Hi, thank you for the IRL head pats, Orchid. And the hug. I appreciate you. Oh gosh, I'm behind you. Briar. Can I bite Lulu for you? Alright, 1 second. Hello, Lemon. Welcome on in. Hang on, I gotta bite someone. Ow. Okay, don't worry about that, chat. Luetta may or may not be within biting distance, and I had to take advantage. Late shark, cute, right? You mean Snick? I'm sorry I'm late. Like I said, I've had a lot go wrong today, so it took me a little bit longer to get started. Actually, I was thinking about starting an hour later today anyway. But then one of the things that came up today requires me to end earlier. So I was like, okay, I gotta get ready and just start as soon as possible. But hi, Clara, how are you? Alright, let's get moved on over to the Blender scene. And we'll start working on Itzay's dress. Hi! Hi! Gosh, everyone's here today. That's not Blender. There we go. Okay. I did a little bit of work off stream. We finished out the shape of the general shape of the dress. And now I've marked all the seams and laid out the UVs, which means we can start texturing. I started playing around with the base gradient here. Oh, you wanted to ask if the 2026 meant for their debut in that year. No, this is something Itzay does for a big event she hosts every year. And so this is the dress for that event in 2026. She commissions me as early as she can. Because, you know, my queue can be pretty long sometimes. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about the event to really give it an accurate description, but it's like basically like a community awards kind of thing. Yeah, I just put that in the title because I've worked on dresses for her several times before. So I just decided to start marking them based on the year. That's hella cool, yeah. Like, I could show off a couple of the other ones I've done for her. Just to give some context. Let's see. Oh, those would be in the archive folder. Okay, the very first one I did. Can I open this up without it being weird? Hopefully. It's loading. Maybe I should have just shown pictures. Ah, there's errors. Because I've updated Blender since then. It's okay. We're just getting the general idea here. She's loading in. So this is the first dress I did for her. It was pretty fun. This is the first time I really did a dress like this. So it took some getting used to. And then the following year, she actually commissioned me for 2 dresses. Because she had a whole bit between 2 OCs, and they both needed to be dressed up. I'll just show the one for her OC, which would be this one. Hi, Artemis. You're about to go to lunch for work? Yeah, a lot of people have to catch me while they're at work because of the time I stream. But glad to see you in here. Alright, this one was really pretty. I enjoyed making this one. You can see over here, I left this in the scene. This is her, like, what she normally does is, like, do a rough concept in Vroid for me. And then I take that and make the best of it. I did use some textures that were provided for me by her artist friend. But yeah, quite the before and after, huh? So yeah, this is the kind of service I provide for her. And today, we're making her a dress like the one in the background here. This is a boss from the game Mabinogi. And we're just doing the dress part, not the armor part. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. I keep follows anonymous, so you can just lurk if you want. But if you want to say hi, that's always good too. Slay with the modeling, thank you. He's beautiful. He's a few seconds behind and you comment on the other dress. Ah, yeah. I'm glad you like it, Copy. I'm pretty sure I already... No? Okay, I gotta open up the texture. I was pretty sure I already continued the color down. I did, I just didn't export it. Let's do that now. That layer off, of course. Okay, reload that. There. That's pretty good. And the inside color is the rich purple. So let's take a look at that. That would be using this. Hi, Connie. How you doing? These textures that are given to me are great. But I end up with entirely new UV maps done in my own style. So I just kind of generally need to take from them as best I can. And adapt them, essentially. For this one, I think I'll take the clone stamp tool. We'll just kind of... Oops. Didn't let it export. There we go. Now the underside here needs to be a color. Basically just this light blue, I guess. Blue, purple. Just do that. Kind of. Ah. You can see the seam there. Hold on. We'll just... do that, I guess. Nope. It's not oriented in a good way. Okay, rather than try to match this to that, we'll just match those to this. So we got this color. We're just gonna... Willow, hi. Welcome on in. Getting out my pink model, huh? Bring out the Hulk. You apologize for nothing, it will happen again, I'm sure. Two L's. Okay, that's much better blended. Okay. Oh, the top of the thing got caught in the crossfire. Forgot these were up here too. Just move these over and make a white area for them. straighten these. Yeah, double L for Lulu. That works. Flora! Flora cute. There we go. That's looking better. That's pretty. There's so many cuties. One more with you here. Hi, Kirby. Alright, now I gotta get the fancy patterns on. Also need to consider the, like that, the side cut in. And the back of it is technically this. It's like a corset. So I gotta get that figured out. Also, because it does have the corset, it's like not a smooth transition actually on the back. Like I did with the gradients here. It only does that on the front. Ooh, okay. Hi, Catherine. Welcome on in. There's the blush that you live for. You're making me blush over here, Coffee. So cute. Alright, do I want the corset to just be a texture? Or should I, do something like actually model in layers here? So that you can see the depth of it. I'm not sure. It's probably not a detail you'd be looking too closely at. So my guess is it could just be part of the texture. But also modeling it will help me hide the seams, which would be convenient. Let's think about that for longer and add the patterns to this part, to the lower part. I think I was provided for images for that too. Yeah, here we go. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Alright, these ones belong to the outside, I believe. Yeah, the inside ones are blue. The outside ones are white. So let's see here. Did I mess up my count of things? So I'm looking at how in the example texture there's like 6 of these. 7 technically. But on the model, I only made 5. I think I'm right. Yeah, there's only 5 points here on the reference. I'll just stick with that. You just noticed the text on the shirt. Thank you. I added that for Pride Month, and I haven't taken it away yet. Because why would I? Okay, I'm gonna have to shrink this in size a little bit. It's like we're gonna have to squish it. Okay, something like that. Why is it not letting me erase that? Hmm. Exactly. Shit's gay all year round. I never stop being gay. Yeah, this is only one of the variants of my model anyway. It's actually channel point redeems that let you switch which variant of my model I'm using. And it stays until someone else changes it, or you change it. This is my cherry blossom variant. You see cute in this chat so much. It is one of our favorite words here, yeah. And all of us just being cute. Rawr. I hope I've given these enough real estate to look good. I only shrunk them a little bit, so it should be fine. But you know. I'm gonna have to rotate the UV for that a little bit. Alright, time to see. Hey, pretty. Oh, one of them's peeking through there. I love this already. Oh yeah, that's the one on the end. Right. Of course, Willow, you're just contributing to the cuteness too. By being yourself. I like how I had to check which ones these were, inside or outside. But they're literally labeled for me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to shrink these ones a bit too. I should have made more space for these. Should have just made them a little taller. Because this doesn't need to have that much space, nor does this. I'm very tempted to go back and correct that. Even though I've already placed these. Because they are slightly blurry on the model. What if we fixed that? What if we went through the extra effort? So let's see. I'd take all this, shrink it down. Especially this. Then let's just take all of this. Scale it upward 10%. That's too much. Still don't have room. Very much like to make this work. Alright, let's try that. Thank you for checking in, Alice. Okay. This will only require me to move around a few things. There's a new UV layout. Let's delete this because I squished it. And then this. Scale up. How you doing, Alice? Hope you're doing good. Chat, I hope all of you are doing good. Hmm. Hey, I love the shirt, thank you. You okay? I hope I'm doing good too. I'm doing better. Had a rough morning. You're feeling better? Rough week? I feel you there. Stream helps. I'm glad. Yeah, stream certainly helps me. Usually when I'm in a funk, turning to stream is what helps me. Thank you, Alice. I appreciate that. Just out here doing my best, you know. Okay, yeah, now I can place these on the inside without having to scale them down. So I did just need up that little bit of extra real estate. Shrink this down. This is more than enough. Thank you. You're so sweet, Alice.
Pet, pet, pet.
Thank you for the head pats. Alright, we got those. Eclipsey! Hi, bestie. How you doing? Eclipsey cute. But I still need to shrink these. It's like I made these bottom ones shorter somehow. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Hmm. Okay, I have an idea. What if we just moved this over here somewhere? And then had room for everything else to scooch up more. We could try that, right? Let's try that. We'll worry about where we're putting that in a minute. We're gonna... How we doing? Oh, we're doing okay. I've had a rough day so far, but we're recovering. Alright, let's try adjusting those UVs again. Sending me some hugs, thank you. Okay, that's better and less blurred. on that one part that's placed correctly. Thank you for the big hugs. So, back over here. Hold on. Gotta get these UVs updated.
Pet, pet, pet.
Just gonna lay this one sideways. There we go. Osio, hi, welcome on in. How you doing? You should be on my auto shout-out list. There you go. Doing great. How about me? I'm doing pretty good. We're just texturing a dress right now. Trying to salvage what's left of my day after several things went wrong this morning. Okay, back over here. Wait, did I export the UVs? Should have. Probably didn't. Let me grab those real quick on the other screen. There we go. Thank you for the shout out. You're welcome. You deserve it. You're one of the streamers I look up to, you know. Everyone, you should go follow Oceonix. Really brilliant, self-made retro VTuber. Ah. Hi, Olivia. Welcome on in. Thank you for the hearts and the T-step. And the trans bride. Okay. I gotta get back to my texture folder. Grab these UVs. There we go. That's a layout I can work with. So grab this. I seriously don't understand why these come with more. I'm not sure how the original texture was intended. That's fine. Can we move that, please? Alright. Now they're placed over it without having to shrink them and cause blurriness. Should have planned for that in the first place. Now this. Just stealing this gradient for the back side of the dress, which is right up here. Oh, how about that? Chat ad break has snuck up on us. So I'm gonna get up and stretch and get some more tea. I will be... Okay, we're back. Hey, copy. Copy cute. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Okay. Got the pattern in the back here figured out, and in the inside. My models look so nice, thank you. That means a lot. I put a lot of effort into them. Am I using a V-Roid base? If you're talking about the commission I'm working on, this girl right here, she does have a V-Roid base, and I'm just making a dress for her today. That's all I'm doing, adding the dress. If you're talking about my own model, no, I made this one from scratch. Yeah. Yeah, this is a V-Roid. I haven't touched her body or hair. We're just making the outfit. So pretty, thank you. It's based on this in the background. It's a boss from the game she plays. Yeah. Yeah, this hair is pretty recognizable. Okay, we gotta add the pattern to the front now. Right here. Um, did she provide that? I don't know if she did. I don't see it in here. Hmm. I guess we might be making that one from scratch. Yeah. Yeah, it does take, considerable, a considerably good PC to be able to run software like this. Let's do something here. End up might end up simplifying this a little bit. I don't necessarily want to rip off the original pattern precisely. But it's part of the vision for her event, so... Eh. Alright. Itzay, hi! Oh, you don't have to worry. I know I don't normally stream on Thursdays. Thought it was an hour later. It's okay. How are you doing? Watching this is so relaxing. I'm glad. That's what I'm going for. I may not talk much on my streams, but I provide comfy vibes. And sometimes that's all you need. Thank you for the follow. You're good? How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. I had a really rough morning, though. I'm glad I was still able to stream, because it's lifted my mood a lot. You sometimes watch audio-free art videos, to be honest, with relaxing music, so this is a perfect vibe. I'm glad. I'm doing great work for the Itzay fam. Thank you. You're fighting with the Char-induced sleepiness, but you're still making progress. Oh gosh. Okay, now I need like a shield in the middle. Something along those lines. Hmm. Uh... There's no lit save, fam? Why not? That sounds pretty cool. You love these see-through horns. Thank you. These are unique to my springtime variant. You can actually change my model with point redeems. But yeah, I just wanted to try glass horns with a liquid inside, and that was the idea behind this one. Oh, I see. Let's do the shadow after the fact. Oh man, it's gonna be a pain in the butt. Can I do it like no? Okay, we'll just do the shadow later. Wait. Your headcanon is the liquid is the mana of springtime. Are the contents drinkable? That depends on who you ask. I'd say no, but there are members of my chat who would disagree. Not the Hilk me. It's saying I didn't even bring Hilk up. What have you done? Everything is drinkable at least once. Yeah, that's a fair point. They have a point. Okay. We're not finished with this pattern, but while I have you here, I'm sure you want to see how the dress is looking. I'll get right back to this, but I think we should go peek over at Blender. See how it looks. You will die on this hill. Most precious giggle. Rawr. Okay. It looks a little strange. We'll work on it. But here's how it's coming along. We're doing texturing today, as you can see. The patterns that you gave me in the texture files were really helpful, so I didn't have to do these. Of course, I didn't find one for the middle, so that's why I'm doing that one from scratch. But the leaflets on the back were definitely really easy to do. Yeah, patterns are really pretty. Based on this boss, of course. Ah. Thank you for the kissy. It's okay. If you want me to keep going like this and just kind of make my own version of it, I will. I'm almost done with it. It's not gonna look exactly the same, but I'll try to add as many details as I can. And then, of course, I need to start moving up the dress. I need to make the corset part. And the sleeves. You wouldn't want Nexon to be stinky about it. Exactly. I figured you wouldn't want it to match exactly anyway. Oh, Itzay, while I have you here, question. The back of the dress looks like this. It's like a corset. Do you want that in there and like, yeah, the whole thing? Do you want it to match? Because right now, I've accidentally made it like smooth. I was wondering what you thought of that. But I think the extra detail would be important for this part, because otherwise it's kind of boring there, so probably should get to making the corset. I'm just not sure if I want to model it or just make that a part of the texture. I'll have to figure that out. Yeah, it does kind of add a lot, doesn't it? Alright, I'll work on it. If I'm texturing it, I'm gonna have to redo the UVs I did on the back. If I model it, that might be helpful because I'll be able to hide the seam that's here by covering it up with 3D model part, so I might do that. We'll see. I will figure that out on a day where I have more brain power. Probably do the sleeves next after I finish this pattern here. You know what? Should I just freehand the rest of this? I can get away with that, right? My thing won't lag. It's absolutely crazy freehanding this with a mouse, but these are tiny details and I just need to get some basic shapes in. For the sleeves, you're thinking have gloves going all the way down to the fingertips? That is what the gradient blue / gray texture was in place of the gauntlets and stuff. Ah, I see. Okay, thank you for noting that. I probably should have dug through the original reference folder more. I might have noticed that on the screenshots. Yeah, because if I remember right, you only had screenshots of the model with the textures on it. You'd never actually ended up... Like, you only gave me the nude model, which is fine, because honestly, dress like this, I just want to start from scratch anyway. So that actually worked out just fine. Some things you did not notice until actually doing her boss fight very recently. That could help, yeah. Might help with finalizing details. Let's see. Oops. But to add that, not. Have to mirror that again. Ah. Mm.
Pet pet pet.
Thank you for the head pats, Lulu. Ah, see, that's weird without the divide in the middle. Hmm. Okay. Alright, that's much closer to the original pattern. Yeah. I don't really like what I did here, but it's looking okay. Okay, we need the snowflakes on the chest. And we gotta get the sleeves done. And yet, even looking at the reference here, I can see now that the sleeves kind of go underneath the armor. So I see what you're saying there. So we're just gonna want to... We're gonna want to steal the hand mesh and make that happen. That's the only way to like get exactly the weight paint and everything that we need. First things first, let's merge things together. Then can I actually get... Turn these into quads so it's easier to work with. Tries to quads, there we go. Your hands are being stolen. That's right. Wait. Huh? This side didn't convert the same, did it? No, it's fine. Alright, duplicate, separate. There. And then I don't know if I can attach this or not. Let's see. Gonna need a little bit more geometry for that, or less on the sleeve. But for now, they can just intersect each other. Well, it's not gonna work when I make it transparent. Alright, I guess I gotta work on joining them. Those are connected kind of weirdly, but I think it works. There we go, gloves. Now they just need to be transparent and have the little stars on them. Makes me want to connect to this properly. I never did that. It's 16 sides on here, 22 sides here. But I can just do the same thing I did over there and not care about the difference in detail. Okay. Grab the right face here. Pull that up. Grab the inside. Delete that. And this. Wait, I gotta do the same steps over here. Inside, delete. Okay, we got that. There we go. Now it's all one solid piece. And I don't really have to worry about anything. Like weird intersections when it's transparent. Of course, this part wasn't going to be transparent anyway, but what's going on here? Oh, there's some intersecting parts here. Lovely. Yeah. Hmm. Ah. Thank you for the heart and the brick and the hearts. Whoa, what happened to my tracking there? Okay, chat, I have to admit something to you. It is like 84 degrees in my room right now. In my streaming room. Plus, I have an appointment in like a little over an hour. So I kind of want to end early today. Go cool down. Stop being, you know, like sweaty. Like I'm actually sweating, which is rare for me. Usually I need to like exercise to sweat at all. So I think we're gonna call it there today. We'll do a little recap. Alright, today we started doing the texturing work for the dress. We added the patterns on the inside and the outside, and along with the color and the gradients. And we started working our way up, and we're eventually gonna do these sleeves up here, which are solid white at the moment, but you'll see they'll be transparent with like stars on them, and they'll be all pretty and stuff. And I still need to like make the corset and such, but pretty decent progress today. I'm sure next week we'll be very close to completing this. She's looking great. I'm glad you like it. I'm always happy to work on your dresses. Alright, let's find somebody to raid, shall we? I gotta see who I have up.